Hello everybody, welcome to TB Support. Today, do we have some things for you? My name is Josh, and welcome to the party. Today, we will be talking about title generator, thumbnail analyzer, and the AI tools that will help you get things done. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Let me move that up a little bit. Welcome again. Good to see you. Dysphagia, that goth farmer. Catch you in the replay. And hi again if you're watching through this. From the past. Doug Ranger, if you are here, welcome. Travel Bug, hi. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day. It is a good Thursday. And today we're going to be talking about optimizing your videos, growing your channel with AI tools. Specifically, TubeBuddy's brand new title generator and thumbnail analyzer. These tools are going to really help you out, and it's really cool and it's very fun to use, and there's a lot more coming with them. So this isn't the end, this is just the beginning. So we're going to be talking about those tools. We're going to talk about how to use them with other TubeBuddy tools. So figuring out a few TubeBuddy workflow combos, and just talking about AI, because I think there's a lot to talk about when it comes to AI. In fact, this might not be the first and only stream about AI, and it especially won't be the first and only video or tutorial on TB Support about AI. Aga, I love how you added the Aga part. Hello. Don't ask why I keep joining with sus alts. I won't. I wonder if you're a bot, an AI, artificial intelligence, artificial content creator. Oh no. Where is the future going? We'll all find out. Love that you love the echoey voice. Hi, Bubble Tea. Oh, your client came in? Don't you worry. Catch you when you come back in the replay. Also, if you happen to run past this part in the future, hello from the past. Things are pretty shiny today. And of course, Stanley, the legendary Stanley, has joined us. Oh, I have some intros prepped and cooking. These live streams are going to get better and better over time. As I get some more time, there's going to be some really cool stuff because I have some really awesome, fun things planned to make sure that this whole thing is enjoyable for everybody, and not just for myself, but for all of you especially. Love it. Love it. All right, so again, really quick, before we jump into it, quick agenda. We're going to talk about AI tools. We're going to talk about some of the pros and cons about using AI tools. If I know some of you have already explored some of them. If you haven't, research. Definitely do some research. But also, we're going to be talking about title generator. We're going to be talking about thumbnail analyzer on TubeBuddy, how to use them, and also some tips along the way, and go from there. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and adjust a few things like our music. We need more music. More music is coming. In fact, we have a whole other set coming. About 30 new songs. It's gonna be great. Very soon. I'm excited about them. Music is my thing. So, anyways, let's jump into it. First thing, let's talk about the pros and cons of AI. And let's move over to this. Whoa, where did we go? Cool. Excellent. So, let's talk about AI. We all know there's been a lot of buzz about AI, which a lot of it's pretty cool. In fact, personally, I'm really excited about it for a number of reasons. And my top favorite reasons are, there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons, but we're going to just, focus in on maybe 3. We'll talk, we can have more discussions about this later on. And if you do want to know more, definitely let me know in the chat. I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm looking. But pros about AI, especially my personal top favorite, it's time saving. What I'm loving about AI and some of the tools, I'm sure some of you have seen things like ChatGPT. If you haven't already known, there's something called AutoGPT, where it takes, you give it a to-do list and it will keep doing that to-do list up until it clears it. It's like a Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. You spawn it and then it'll just never give up until it finishes. But that's scary because you don't really know what it's doing behind the scenes. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what it's checking. You don't have that control. So there's some wild stuff out there. Theoretically, that could really do a lot of things. Just, hey, pay my bill. Do it for me. Very cool. Having this virtual assistant next to you all the time. And just to save you time, help with just getting things organized, help with maybe putting together, some bullet points, or putting together some data when you're looking up, what are some of the best mics that people are using. Maybe break down, give me a spreadsheet of all the specifications. If you're an audio engineer, you know what I'm talking about. You want to know all that stuff. And it's great. It's time saving. Another personal favorite, second pro, is its increased efficiency. It's just so much more efficient at doing some of this stuff. Because it's quick. We've seen, if you've used ChatGPT before, or if you've used other services out there that help you write, or that help you just maybe, I don't know if some of you have seen, I found this AI that helps put recipes together. So if you're looking to cook certain foods, you tell it what you want, what, the type of foods, the ingredients you currently have, or you give it a list, and it will come up with all these type of recipes, down to the most simplest if you tell it. I love how efficient it is. I think it's great. And of course, the other pro for me, one of my other top favorite things about AI, and I might have to adjust the volume, sorry, is enhanced creativity. So I've talked already so much about creator's block. I've talked about just breaking out of that rut. I know you know about being burnt out sometimes when you're always creating content over and over. And, you know, this stuff happens. It's normal. It's part of the journey. But having this tool that enhances creativity, especially on days when maybe you're just not fully in it, or it could use a boost, light a quick fire, spark something new. AI has been pretty good with helping me get those juices flowing and moving into ideas. It's kind of like when you're sitting with a friend and you're just riffing on ideas, you're collaborating together. In a way, that is kind of what I experience when I use AI tools to enhance my creativity, not to decide for me. That's one of the big key differences there, is to use it to explore and to play and to see perspectives based off of your original perspective to help craft the best thing that you can craft for your people, for your audience, your friends, whoever they are. And there's a lot of tools. One of them being title generator, right up there. We're gonna play with that. So those are some of my favorite things about AI, but there are things to think about. There are things to worry about when it comes to AI. Oh, if you don't know this already, you should. So, 3 cons, and these are also some of the ones, this is my kind of personal opinion on just what I have noticed, what I'm watching out for, and what I think is important to always keep in mind if you are using any AI tools, including with TubeBuddy, is lack of personalization. It's very easy to just let AI, ChatGPT, we're going to use ChatGPT as kind of the main example here. There's so many tools, but that is really the one I think everyone is mostly familiar with. And if you just give me this, tell me what video to make or anything like that, it's going to give you a very broad, vague answer. If you ask it, what are the best keywords I should use? It's going to give you vague information. It's not personalized. It's not catered to exactly who you're talking to. ChatGPT doesn't have a profile of your best friend. And that, you know, considering a different perspective, a different group, your audience is very different from our audience in TubeBuddy support, from the TubeBuddy main channel, from your gaming channel, your cooking channel, your chaotic rabbit babies, all of the things, different audiences, and they're very unique. So without that personalization, using ChatGPT or AI tools is just going to give you this broad thing. So it's important to know that if you are using AI tools to, you know, consider details as much as possible. And always keep in mind that it's there to give you some enhanced creativity, to help give you a different perspective, not to tell you what to do, not for you to pick, this is what I'm going to do. This is exactly what I'm grabbing. This is exactly what I'm going to say. And it's no good. Nobody wants that. And it's not going to be good for you, and it's not going to help you grow your channel. The other problem is that the second con is that it's can be inaccurate. So we know that ChatGPT, well, if you don't know this, you'll know now, that ChatGPT goes back in time. It doesn't look at what's happened this year. It's looking at what's happened over 2 years ago in the past. And so there are other tools that eliminate that and start looking at what's happening now as well. But that has another set of risks all in itself. But either way, back to the whole even lack of personalization, it can breed lack of accuracy. So when we become too tech dependent on these tools, without having the skills yourself to know what to check for, what to see, how accurate something is for the people that you're creating content for, or just that information alone, just objectively, the information that you get from AI tools, how do you know it is 100% accurate? Much like you get your friend who tells you something scientific, and maybe they're not a scientist, and they're telling you something about how certain planets are made without ever going to school or knowing the table of elements or anything, and how, you'd think how accurate would they be? And in the same way, I'm not saying judge your friends, but question things. And especially when it comes to AI and the information it gives you, just know what you know that this is your industry, this is your expertise. You're bringing someone on to help you find answers, but you're the one that's going to give it the skills. If you don't have those skills built up, ChatGPT will mirror where you're at. And that could lead to a lot of oopsies. Lots of oopsies. And lastly, the biggest one that I think is the biggest issue is privacy. The third con. The one that matters a lot to me too. Where is it going? Knowing that you are helping AI become even better is cool. But what information are you giving it? Chances are you might not be giving it super personal details, but depending on your situation, where you're at, what you're doing, what kind of content you're making, who you're pulling, what information you're grabbing from, all that, there's a huge, it's a borderline of what is private and what is not, and what you're sharing in order to get info back. What are you bartering here? What's the trade? What's the trade-off? I don't know if you've seen some companies so far already where I think, I don't remember what company, but there's a really big tech company that have been banned from using ChatGPT because they've been putting in source code and other things into ChatGPT where this information and code was all confidential and has led to some big problems. You don't want that. You don't. You really don't. So be mindful of where you use AI tools. And I encourage you, always question it. Because if you take anything at all right now to this first piece, is that AI is growing. And AI has the potential to be amazing. But with anything new, just look out for yourself. And make sure that whoever you're working with, you're not giving away someone else's information either. If you do use tools outside of what is familiar. And so that brings me to TubeBuddy. Because we now have AI tools. Like title generator and thumbnail analyzer. And don't worry, know that we're keeping all your stuff nice and safe, nice and tidy, and whole different ballgame here. And of course, I don't think you're going to be putting personal information into your titles because it's also public on YouTube. So knowing that what you're doing on YouTube, it's the same thing. But before I move on to some of our AI tools, starting with title generator, quick stop. Let me look at chat. Catch any questions. By the way, I think last time we were going to try this thing, but if you had a question, put like something asterisks or exclamation points or something. That way I can easily look through. So if I miss your question, wait to the end. I'm going to do another bit of question answers. But just want to scan chat really quick. and just make sure that I'm not missing anything. I want to make sure I'm talking to you. And yeah, no driving while you're also trying to learn some stuff. This is a workshop. We're gonna get some hands in. We're gonna be hands-on. If you have access to your TubeBuddy, please join me on this wonderful endeavor. Are any of these features free? Great question. First of all, the title generator and thumbnail analyzer are free for the first 5 usages. 5 usages. That means use it 5 times, and then if you want to use it more, I would recommend jumping over to, at the very least, Pro license, where you can use the generators and the analyzer unlimited amount of times without any, without being limited. I said the same thing twice. 2 times. Now I did that 2 times. Chad GPT. Oh goodness. I'm not sure I'm curious. Literally planning and ordering people's meals. Wow. All right. Scanning a bit faster. Going down a little bit. So on YouTube phone, I can't ping people. What is... Please add the words "not yet." Not yet. I forgot what I'm saying "not yet" about, but I said "not yet." Prompting AIs correctly is going to become a job soon. Yeah. By the way, actually, that's a great thing. So, like, still on this first section about AI pros and cons, too. Prompting is a thing, and knowing how to utilize that, and because you want to be able to, and I want to help you get those accurate results, and that means prompting. That means giving it that role. No, but it comes back to the skills that you need to have as a content creator. When you're prompting it for anything specific, you have to give it the exact details of even what you're looking for. Imagine your thought process, jot down everything that you look for, and have it give you something similar. But prompting it, making sure you're like, hey, I'm hiring you. You're going to do this. You're going to be that. Now here's this. Do this, and it better be like this. If it's not, you're fired. Fired! All right. I should put a fake social security number. Yeah, there you go. Put a fake social security number as your title. Let's see how many clicks that gets. Oh, I'm going to get fired. I think I am. Okay, so let's jump into talking about title generator. So we have wonderful, wonderful title generator here. And this title generator, let me make sure I'm on the right browser. You'll find it right where it should be. Right where you write titles. See what I did? Huh? Yeah? Okay. So title generator will take what titles here and or more information and give you ideas. Again, as I mentioned earlier, AI is just getting better by the day. That also means TubeBuddy's AI is going to be getting better by the day. Because what we're doing is we are taking, the more you use it, the better it's going to be. And we're going to get a better idea of, this space so that it's crafting the best titles for you. If you don't really like working with the title generator right here under the title, then what you could also do is open the toolbox menu from the side on the right and access title generator. Right there. Either way, whichever way is your favorite, let me know. But hey, why not? Why stop there? You can also find title generator from the TB Tools menu from the video details page. Right there. Whatever you do is going to take you to the same place, which is right here. This title generator here on the right. So that little thing over there is where I like to call just my little sandbox. This sandbox is where I can play with a lot of different things. from title generator, thumbnail analyzer, suggested shorts, A/B testing, chapter editor, and more. It's a fun little sandbox. I get to do stuff. But title generator, it'll take, like I said, your title, or you can give it information. Personally, the more information you give it, like as we talked about, the better it'll be. So this is a super simple tool because all you got to do is click generate ideas once you have information there. You could just start off with what you have and give it a little bit so it can do some thinkage. And when the thinkage is done, you'll get some ideas. Like get TubeBuddy's AI thumbnail analyzer to pick your next viral thumbnail. Or get your next thumbnail picked by TubeBuddy's AI. And looking to score your next viral video? Let TubeBuddy's AI thumbnail analyzer do the work for you. Hey, that looks fun. And maybe I can take that and play around with it some more. So let's say if I did that and change that up, maybe fix it up a little bit. Oops. Whoops. So, did it again. AI thumbnail analyzer, do the work for you. Let's see if this changes here. And let's see what that gives me. I can generate ideas based off of the ideas that it generated for me. Titleception. So now we got how to get more views on YouTube videos. Use TubeBuddy's AI thumbnail analyzer. Get more views with TubeBuddy's AI thumbnail analyzer. Hey, which one is your favorite? TubeBuddy, score your next viral video with AI. I think I can do better. I'm really digging this one though. Get your next video to go viral with TubeBuddy's AI thumbnail analyzer. Ooh, maybe even that one. One of these two could be pretty awesome. So what we do from here, let's say you've gone through a few. I would recommend from this, while we're working in title generator, what I'd recommend you doing is, taking some of the ones you like and saving it off to the side. Or there are two things you can do. One, let's say that I was, I'm liking this one, get more views with TubeBuddy. You can go to your TB menu here and we can access a couple things. Actually, it wasn't this, I'm sorry. You can use Video Topic Planner to add some of those ideas. Or what you can also do is stash it, save it to the side, and start an A/B test with one of those. So in the future, we will have another little button to help streamline that process. That way, you can keep using all the things and keep it all in one place. You can also just apply this title outright in the moment. Or, again, what I like to do is use maybe some of these ideas, save them to the side. If you ever have a script, I save them in my scripts. Wherever you like to save all your data and all your information, because there's so much to to keep track of. Whichever one you do, grab one, and then when you're ready, either apply it or use search positions, throw it as a custom search term. Boom. That jumps straight to the top. Okay. So I can either, one, just outright change it immediately, right now, get it going. Or start an A/B test, go to your title, hit next. Depending on the amount of traffic you get, if you have more than 1,000, use statistical significance, or otherwise use a date range and test that new title out. Give it a go. I'm not going to test it right now because this video just came out a couple days ago. Recommendation is to wait. Give it some time to collect data. I typically like to wait about 7 days to 14, so about a week to 2 weeks. That way you are testing against the same group of audience and get better, more accurate results. Otherwise, let's say I'm not using A/B testing, and what I'll do is I'm going to leave this here in search positions and track it. I want to see how this changes over the next few days and go from there. But it wasn't only that one, so I'm going to grab this Get More Views with TubeBuddy's AI Thumbnail Analyzer, go to search positions, same thing, custom search term, add it. 10th. So I haven't even added these tags anywhere in the video. I haven't added the information in title description. This is my research box. This is where I really work to build ranks. Test all these things out. See how it works for you. And actually, let me fix this really quick because I see a little period in there. Cool. Clean. All right. So now we're going to track it, see how things change, just like this tells us. Started at 21st position. Now it is at the 3rd position. Pretty cool. So now I'm looking at trends and all that. So, and so on and so on. So you can take all the title ideas that you liked and feel free to keep playing, add more information, see what it gives you, take the ones you like, put them in search positions, track it, see how it does, or if there's one you already know you want to do, throw it in A/B testing, into an A/B test, go from there. Rinse and repeat. That is your TubeBuddy workflow for title generator. You could also use title generator when you're considering your next video. So for example, you might be using Keyword Explorer, digging around, found a title idea or found a video idea, just open title generator from the side. It doesn't have to be, it won't look at this in particular, and you can just put something funny about puppies. And then play with that future idea, go from there. Who doesn't love puppies? Watch this video to see some hilarious puppy moments. The funniest thing about puppies. Thing number 1, puppies. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, that's title generator. Some workflows for you to consider, think about. Let's take a look at chat really quick. Be like Gary, put your social security number on a hoodie. Oh my. Oh my. We're all gonna get fired. Yeah. Yeah, the cool thing about this, Aga, about using this over ChatGPT is that it's really exactly that. It's designed for titles. And it's right here for you so that you can work on that title while you're working on your title and all your stuff and other ideas. What level of subscription? Actually, I would like to see an A/B comparison between AI title and a title generated by Keyword Explorer. Well, Keyword Explorer doesn't exactly well, I mean, it does. You're right. There are some because we give you video topics. They're not really designed to be your video title. They're designed to give you a topic, kind of like you're answering a viewer's question. Or, you know, one thing to think about when you're using Keyword Explorer is look for the problem. Look for the problem that viewers are trying to solve. And some of those will manifest themselves as how to do this, blah, 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 in the video topics from Keyword Explorer. So then you take that problem statement and you craft a title out of that information that you research. So the great thing here is, would be seeing an A/B comparison of AI generated title and a title that you had prior to that and see how they do. But more importantly, I wouldn't look at it to see, which one's better. Or again, we don't want to become dependent on the technology to do it for us. We want to use AI to enhance our own creativity. So even though I liked some of these titles and I'm tracking it, I'm still going to take it and test a couple things. One, I'm going to take that, sprinkle my own voice into it, reword it a little bit, and also test it just as is. I'm just as curious to learn more about AI. I'm just as curious to see how this improves over time. And I'm also curious to see how AI outdoes me sometimes. But always remember not to don't get too comfortable letting it do everything for you. Always consider, does this match my audience? Is this speaking to them? Is it personal? Are we personalizing it? What level of subscription to TubeBuddy is needed to use the title generator? Free for up to 5 uses. And then after that, pro license and up, we'll get you all of the AI tools with unlimited usage. This sounds like CoSchedule's headline software. I haven't used it much, but sounds right. Thank you, Dysphagia, for answering all that. Yes, it does. All right. If you got some features that are missing, definitely go to tubebuddy.com/support. Send your information there. Let us know what's going on so that we can look into it and check it out for you. Happy to take care of you. Hashtag we are all getting fired. Does the AI ever duplicate titles given to different users? That's an excellent question. But that also merits, are different users using the same exact title as you? How different are you making your titles, and how much information is uniquely by you? If we're copying verbatim, I'm sure there are going to be some duplicates. But back to the whole staying personal, be personable and personalize it, because AI by nature lacks personalization. So the more you give it your voice, the much less you'll get duplicate information. All right, so title generator, moving on over to thumbnail analyzer. So, we're already here. I wanted to get some other thumbnails for here, but wasn't able to. I need to take some time off too. Okay. Mental health, take your breaks, value your rest, and optimize the most important piece of all. Without that optimized, kiss it all goodbye. So what we will do is look at one that I did for the recent video, that thumbnail analyzer video, which I also want to get some better examples for you, so I do apologize. But just to see what it does. So right now, there are a few ways that you can access Thumbnail Analyzer. One of them is by going to, again, your video, and scrolling down to Thumbnail Analyzer, next to our thumbnail generator where it says Create Thumbnail. This is where you want to click and get started. You can also access Thumbnail Analyzer from the Tools menu right there. And of course, the good old TubeBuddy sandbox, or the TubeBuddy side menu. So, now that we're here, Thumbnail Analyzer does a few things. First, you want to select some thumbnails so that it can analyze and give you some kind of information. And what you do, you can either drag and drop your thumbnails in here or select from a file directly from your computer. You can upload up to 10 of them all at once, and it will save those 10 thumbnails here for you to come back to in the future if you want to test against a different set of thumbnails over time. So once you have your additional thumbnails, similar to this thumbnail down here, or this one up there, you'll see a heat map. So what's happening exactly? First, when you're using Thumbnail Analyzer, think of it this way. When you look at a thumbnail, where do you think your eyes are moving? And where do you think your eyes are spending the most time? So what this AI is doing is simulating that experience of where are the viewers looking? What are the places that could be that your viewers might be spending the most time? And that will give you an idea of where certain elements are and how they're placed on that thumbnail, giving you some insight on was that effective or not. So whenever we see this heat map, that's what we're looking at. You can disable that heat map if it's just too much. Or what I like to do is go back and forth. Just like, okay, if a lot of time spent here, what's going on here? If I look here, what exactly is going on up here? I see that, there's just a bigger face going on. And I see that right now, this is kind of the brightest piece of it all. Whereas here, I have some brighter colors just mixed all in. So now I can see, all right, based off of that, I get a lot more room. There's just more to look at a little bit versus here from afar. So with that said, with our heat maps, now we know how to use that. The other piece is a score. We're going to get a relative score that will tell you whether or not something is more effective or less effective. So what does that mean exactly? That is relative. So it's a relative score because it's about you. It's relative to you. Does that make sense to you? Always check for, results. And anything AI, make sure to double check. Know what you know, have the skills to know what you're looking for. That way you can take advantage of everything that AI has to offer. And in this case, we can see that there's a 62% improvement here versus this thumbnail down here. And with the heat map, I can start with the guide and determine, okay, well, I know that there's a bit more happening here. I can see faces a bit better. There's some brighter colors in the back, and the title or the kind of the logo, live community, it's more front and center, and it blends a bit better within the image when it comes to some layering. So whether or not this is a good thumbnail is another question. Okay, don't judge me. I'm learning to design thumbnails. For all of you amazing graphic designers out there, I salute you. You are winners, true content creators, because this stuff is hard. I'm not the best at designing, but I'm getting there, and I'm using this to help teach me, all right, was my idea a little more effective or not? But even if it says it's not as effective, it's relative to you. So similar to the our keyword explorer, it gives you a score. It doesn't mean yes or no. It doesn't mean do it or don't do it. In this case, it doesn't mean use it or not. It means here's some data that we found. We want you to take a look at this. And now you take a look at this and determine for yourself, does that fit? Does it make sense? Because you know what? Again, AI lacks personalization. Creators, you, fabulous people, are the ones that are bringing that humanity, that are adding that touch of humanity, and are creating that personalization for your audience. So you can look at the thumbnail, determine, okay, maybe how are my elements placed? Was it effective or not? And why? Does it make sense to my audience? Does it still make sense to me? Is it relative to me still better than this? Yes or no? Take it from there. But this is the part about AI that helps enhance creativity. because I could just create one, but then what? I could create a second one and then put them side by side and maybe make some considerations in my head. But something that we encourage all the time is A/B test. If you don't have Legend and you don't use A/B testing here, go to your audience, find them in your own Discord servers or where your audience is hanging out, or Facebook groups, Reddit, forums, whatever it is. Put some thumbnails next to them and ask them, which one do you think is better and why? What are your thoughts? What are your give me any feedback. And in that same way, this is just another kind of agency. This is another entity in a way where you're going to, hey, TubeBuddy AI, how's it going? Having a good day? Yeah? Good. I'm having a good day. By the way, I'm working on some thumbnails. Can you check these out? What are your thoughts? And it'll give me some thoughts. Like, hey, I see a bunch of elements here that I am gravitating towards. You should analyze what's happening in that area. Does that make sense to you? And based off of all that I'm finding, I like this more than that, but you decide. You decide. So use that perspective, take that feedback from the AI to help enhance your creativity, help you craft the best thumbnail you can so that you're always optimizing and always making things better. When you are done, when you are ready, you've done, maybe you've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thumbnails. You've had quite a bit of time to spending hours and hours just crafting the best thumbnail ever. And you've decided that, okay, I think I've got something that I'm going to use or test against. If you have Legend, you'll be able to use A/B testing right from here. It'll say, select this thumbnail to A/B test, and you'll be able to start a test immediately with it so that you can verify how things are going and see whether or not anything helped or not. So that is the power of using AI and A/B testing from here. So we're gonna have something similar again at some point with Title Generator, but this is an example. So, or otherwise, let's say you've just decided, I already know this is gonna be a lot better right off the bat. By the way, new thumbnails are coming for all the videos, so then use selected thumbnail. Just outright click it and it will change it for you and you'll be good to go. Whenever you are using thumbnails, some quick tips about the kinds of elements that it looks at. So first and foremost, above all things, personally, is readability. And I'm not talking about just the text. I'm talking about from a small scale, can you see everything? Perhaps the names are too small. Perhaps it's a little too busy with the colors, so much glow. Perhaps there's too much opacity and everyone's kind of lost in the haze. Can you see what you need to see? Is it readable? Everything that you have on there needs to be there and available for your viewers. And second, is it distracting? Don't be distracting. Remove distracting elements. Don't be so busy. So if we have, glows and glitters and explosions and things all over the place, or, I'll even roast my own, I'll roast all my thumbnails, but let's talk about this one. Do you think this is too busy? Personally, yes, I think so. I love my face. I think this is the best part though. Everything else, what would you get rid of? What would you do differently? So, from a small point, does everything come across? Can I even read that little piece right there? What's that green button-like thing? So these things, these elements, if you're going to add an element onto your thumbnail, you got to be able to read it. And that also means removing distractions. If the distractions aren't helping you tell the viewer the benefits of watching your video, why are you using it? And of course, with that just means less is more. So sometimes, a lot of times, less is more. Find that just piece you need and let Thumbnail Analyzer start to analyze just those pieces. The more elements that are just in there, the more just, look, I don't even know what to look at. What do you want me to look at? I'm going to look at everything here, but I'm distracted. Guide that eye to a story. Where do you want it to start and mainly focus on? Have that one focus area. And if that focus area is on the thing that you are talking about, or the benefit of watching your video, the value, then I think you have a winning thumbnail. In this case, it's looking kind of dead center on the corner of my face and that, which tells me there's just a lot of action going on here, but I'm not getting the focus where I need, especially because I can't even read it or there's too many distractions. So great way to use thumbnail analyzers to roast yourself and take the information that it gives you so that you can craft something better according to the skills that you have. Keep improving, go from there. Once you've done that, I'm going to give you a quick TubeBuddy workflow combo. When it comes to Thumbnail Analyzer, there are two times you can use this. One, you can upload it, upload a new video, set it to private, and play with some thumbnail ideas before you decide on any. And if you did do this process, what I'd also encourage you to do, aside from use title generator at the same time, is go to TubeBuddy SEO Studio. The next video on demand tutorial video that is going to be releasing next week is a good tutorial, solid tutorial on using SEO Studio, each and every single step, all the way. So, but back to this scenario. Let's say you've uploaded a new video, set it to private. You're not exactly going to publish it quite yet. What you can do is, after you've used title generator and you've used thumbnail analyzer to pick something that you want to go with, use SEO Studio, open up step 3, and of course add your beautifully generated title, description, all that. In thumbnails, step 3, upload that thumbnail and test it against search. See how it works. Does it look good? Is the title a little too much? Is your thumbnail getting lost in the sea of thumbnails? How are you standing out according to those results based off of your target keyword? Or, hey, let's take it down a notch. What if we did improved thumbnails? Just change your search up. And see, does it still stand out when it comes to different thumbnails in your results? Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Do your thing. Of course, later on, your other scenario is, let's say you're going back. Like in my case, pretty soon I'm going to be going back to all of these videos. I'm redoing all the thumbnails and going to be using A/B test to do that. So take that thumbnail you've chosen, A/B test, run with it, test each one until you're happy, until you're getting the results you need. In other words, the results you're looking for are which thumbnails are most enjoyable or are piquing the most curiosity by your audience. Sometimes what you think is most effective or what any AI will tell you is most effective might not be as accurate as what your audience tells you. Audience data always reigns supreme. Your audience matters the most. What they say is true. And once you know your audience better, you know their responses, you know what colors they like, you know if they like heat map faces or not, then you can continue crafting those kind of elements for them. And that is today. That is our AI tools chat and discussion. Let us know how you're using Title Generator. Tell me the weirdest titles you've seen this title generator come up with. Let me know how many thumbnails it took for you to break the tool. Keep in mind, this is an experimental tool, so we're still building. And like I said, and these tools are in beta, so we are building. We are getting better at them every single time. Like any piece of technology, there are sometimes things that are outside of our control. And we're definitely taking that, making it better, figuring out some more stuff. There are some already really cool additions to this and Title Generator I cannot tell you about, but it is awesome. It is going to be great. I'm getting fueled with determination, and so should you. But again, keep in mind, we're growing. Things are getting better. Let us know if you discover any weird behaviors, or also just, again, I want to know the weirdest title you come up with. And if you want to be in some of the other videos that will be coming out in the tutorials, I want to just put in some of your comments about how TubeBuddy has helped you, something funny, anything, let me know. I want to show it, show off the community. I think it'll be funny. Maybe make a whole video about it. Just responding to your weirdest titles. That could be a fun video. Anyways, with all that said and done, thank you everyone for coming. Thanks for those that have been watching in the future. If you have any questions right now, look at chat and you'll be able to start seeing what I'm about to respond to. So questions, now's Q&A, a little bit of Q&A. I'm gonna have to scroll up a little bit, holy moly. Also let me know what tool you like the most. If you use Title Generator more or Thumbnail Analyzer the most. I'm curious to see and know which ones you end up using more of. Does the AI? Yeah, we talked about that. Coffee is our friend. Coffee is definitely our friend. I ask as he's explaining that. Please send us a pic of 1,000 pounds of coffee. That sounds like a great thumbnail. What does 1,000 pounds of coffee look like? That's a title video. That's a title for a video too. There's a great, they are looking at my face. Coffee is my money. Yeah, it was a gradient, by the way. Got to sell it, so keep doing YouTube, quit working concrete. Hey. Which thumbnail analyzer had a 5 megabyte upload limit like YouTube does by default? Interesting. I thought it was a 2 megabyte upload default. Great question. I don't know the answer to that. That might be something worth exploring. Because, yeah, I'm not sure. I could have sworn it was a 2 megabyte, but great question and great statement. I'm going to bring that up and see what we do about it. Because I think it also depends on how much data we can store if you want to help everybody. You know? And Josh's face is most clear, so it makes sense it's over him. Cool. Josh is hiding Stanley River. I know, I don't want that. So we're going to get some better thumbnails. I don't want to hide River and Stanley. None of that. I would remove the background pic. I will take your word on it. I'll try some of that. Less distractions. I have enough people who roast my... Now I'm going to ask AI to roast me. Yep. Self-esteem. I'm not sure if your self-esteem can take it. I know the feel. Trust me. The hardest thing I deal with is when it comes to making content is judgment, self-judgment, and judging myself too harshly. Hardest thing about it. So now I'm gonna have AI tell me what I'm doing wrong. It'll be okay. Take enough breaks. Optimize this first before you optimize that. Why are you only at a 68% SEO score? For a trainer, you should at least be in 90s. Great question. And that's something actually we'll talk about later on. What does a score actually mean? And do you always want to hit 100%? Send the new thumbnails you're going to make on Discord. I'd love to give feedback. Will do. That has been my original plan. Having thumbnails to explore is another. But definitely be in there. If you're not in the Discord community, link is down in the description below. Join us, hang out with us, talk with us. We are helping each other grow. That's what we do. We're here to help each other out. Learn together and support each other. No sub for sub kind of stuff. Is the title generator out yet? As I don't have it. Oh my. If you do not have the title generator showing up on your channel, reach out to us. Go to TubeBuddy.com/support. Write a ticket, give us your channel ID and a screenshot. We'll look into it. We've had some already report that, and we've already been taking care of that. So, but doesn't mean wait. Send a ticket, let us know, we'll get it done. Cool. Well, that was a great question. Excellent question. And again, thank you everybody that has been part of this live stream so far. We are way over time. Appreciate your time the most. Keep on creating, drink your water. And my biggest recommendation when you are using title generator and thumbnail analyzer is be intentional, be deliberate. Know what you're putting on there and why. That way, when you get results, it'll be closer to what you're looking for. And if you still want help or don't know, talk about it, ask us in comments. Go check out the tutorial video for a lot of this information. And or, better yet, hop over to Discord. Let us know. Ask us questions. We want to know what you're thinking, how you're thinking when you're using these tools, because we definitely want to make it better for you and smoother, easier, proper experience in the way that just makes you want to keep using it. Cool. Well, thanks again, everybody. Until next time, next Thursday or next week, you'll see a tutorial video going in depth with SEO Studio, how to use that, tips and tricks, and another live stream with some special goodies. Goodbye, everyone here in chat, and those of you watching in the future. May your creative endeavors continue to climb. Bye.